Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series 86 Voyager class Scrapper. And here is the figure itself, right here. But first, we'll take a look at the packaging that it comes in. So starting off with the packaging, we have the new Studio Series box. Scrapper up top in the corner, it's vehicle mode. Transformers right there, Transformers the movie, Constructicon Scrapper. On this side is just the rest of this picture over here, Autobot symbol, Transformers Studio Series. On the back is some product shots of the figure. This other side we have a nice image of Devastator. And then on the top of the box, Transformers the movie, Constructicon Scrapper, and that is basically it for the box. And now moving on to the main attraction itself, which is the figure, Scrapper right here. And here he is with his nice green and purple, mostly green. But anyway, here he is, and he looks very good. We look in, and he falls over. Anyway, we look in, and there is his very nice head sculpt. As you can see, Decepticon symbol right there. Nice silver and purple for the chest. The legs done in a nice silver, green. Green on the arms. On the back is just a lot of vehicle mode kibble, which is accurate for the most part. But anyway, that's about it as far as detail-wise go. Now, as far as articulation goes, the head is on a ball joint. You can look down a little bit. Look up, not really. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. You have arms, shoulders can go back. Oops. You do have this hinge here, which can go in and out if you need it to. That is more so for transformation. You do have bicep rotation right there. The arms can bend 90 degrees, which actually I can in both directions, just due to transformation. No waist rotation. Legs can go that high, back that far. You do have thigh rotation. Knees can bend about that far, and you do have a lot of ankle tiltage. And one point of articulation that I forgot to mention was the hands can go in and out for transformation, but that is basically it for that. No rotation whatsoever. And another kind of articulation point that he has is more so, I'm guessing, for the combined mode, which I'm guessing will serve as the ankle tilt for Devastator. But you do kind of have this hinge right here, if it'll, there we go. You have kind of that hinge. You can make him stand like that if you need him to, for whatever reason. But there you go. Now, as far as accessories go, he does get quite a few. But the first one you get is his blaster, which you can store on the figure. You have a post right there, and you have a hole right there. Without dropping it, you just plug it on there. That will serve as your weapon storage, or you can just plug it into his hand and pose away. But other than that, that's it for at least that gun. And then you get two other gun pieces, which is actually just the gun for Devastator. But as far as these go, you have this gun right here, which serves as the barrel. If the camera will focus. Anyway, there you have that. And then you have the stock of the gun. Just like that. And once again, can just plug them into his hands. Just like that. And that's about it. Now, you cannot store these, I do not believe, at least in robot mode. The instructions don't say anything about it, and I haven't exactly found any convenient way of storing them, which isn't a big deal. It's more so for Devastator anyway. But as far as combining it, all you do is just connect the pieces, and there you have Devastator's gun. And that is about it for accessories. And just one more quick thing about the guns is that they are compatible with your effects parts. They just tab in just like that. And as far as Devastator's gun goes, once again, well, it's not too compatible with it. Either side, is this part? Yeah, no, this part isn't going to be compatible, so I guess just his main blaster is compatible, which is a surprise. I figured Devastator's gun would at least be compatible with these, but whatever, it is what it is. I don't really tend to use these that much, but I know some people would like to, but oh well. And now it is time to do some comparisons. So first off, here we have him with the Studio Series Bone Crusher. With Studio Series 86 Starscream, or whatever Earthrise Secret mode that you have. And then here he is with Galvatron, or once again any other Galvatron figures that you have. And lastly, here he is with the other Studio Series Scrapper that released a couple years back. And now that all of that is out of the way, we can now move on to transformation. So the first thing that we want to do is just come over here to the arms and just flip the hands in, just like that. Then we just want to come back here and bend these back all the way on both sides, just like that. And then we just want to take this hinge and just collapse that in, and there is tab slot connection in here that'll connect on the shoulders. There we go. Same side. Alright, now what we want to do is just come to this chest cavity and just open it up, and we just tug the head there and close that back up. And then the next thing that we want to do is just come back here to the bucket. We just want to extend that out on this hinge, and there's a second hinge right here we want to take. There are two tabs right here. It'll go into these slots right here, plus tab slot connection right there, just like that. Then we want to take this little piece right here, just slip it back, just like that. Then we just want to take these arm pieces here. They will just tab in right there. Do that on both sides, just like that. Then we come here, this section, and we just rotate it 180. And now we just want to come to the legs. First thing we're going to do is just tab them together, just like that. I'm going to grab these cap pieces here. They will just untab from that. We just bring them up, and they will just tab in just like that. As far as the feet go, to bring these up, these feet, we just want to push them down and tab them in, just like that. And the last thing we will do is just bring the feet in, just like that, and there we go. There is the Transformers Studio Series 86 Scrapper in his vehicle mode, and he looks really good. And just taking a look at the vehicle mode, it's just really nothing to look at. It's basically just a sea of green everywhere, just like a little bit of purple in there. But anyway, so take a look at some of the detail that is there. Still really good. Still pretty show accurate. Now, as far as articulation wise on the scoop goes, it does hinge up like that, or you can use a secondary hinge if you would need to. That's about it for that. Now, this tab right here, which I'm assuming is for combine mode, just because it has no purpose either way, will tend to come up whenever you move the bucket, or at least on my copy it is anyway. But if you want to, you can take this tab and right down here you can tab it in like that, and it won't be a bother. Now I'm guessing that is most likely for the combined mode, but just since the instructions never specified combined mode yet, I'm not going to assume anything. I will just wait for those instructions to be released. Anyway, going back to the vehicle mode, here is the side view, here is the front view, the other side view, the rear view, the top view, and the bottom view. And obviously, can roll. Doesn't roll too well on this surface at least, but I assure you he does roll fairly nicely actually. But yeah, that's basically about it for that. Now, as far as the weapon storage goes, you can take his blaster. You have a tab right here. Focus. You have a tab right here. Slots right here on either side. You just tab it. Oops. Tab it in without falling, and there you go. But if you want, you can store these guns, and I just flew his gun somewhere across the floor. Ooh. Alright, there we go. So as far as this barrel goes, you do have a slot right there that will just go over this tab right here, just like that. And on this side, this part, you have a tab right here, a slot right here on either side, really. But mainly it's for this side, and it'll just tab in just like that. Then you can take the gun, you just take this post, and it just will go in this port, just like that. And there is your weapon storage for Scrapper. And now for the comparison in vehicle mode. Here he is with Studio Series Bone Crusher. So, they'll look together once you get the whole team going. Here he is with Starscream or any of your Earthrise Seeker molds. Here he is with Galvatron. We can fit him, yes we can. And lastly, here he is with the other Studio Series Scrapper, which, there we go, and This is also a Voyager, so you can see how small figures have gotten lately. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but it is what it is, I guess. And there you have the Transformers Studio Series 86 Scrapper. And he is a good figure overall. Definitely would have been nice if there was a little bit of wrist articulation, but that's honestly fine. I can live without that. And plus, you also do have the combined mode, which, once again, the only really nitpick I have is basically just the fact that it is Voyager class price, whenever this is a deluxe class figure for the most part, but I do think the only reason kind of why is that way they could throw the gun in there, just because, once again, he's Voyager, or not Voyager, deluxe class height, and transformation is really nothing difficult, and once again, just judging by the photos that we've seen of Devastator, combined mode also looks like it won't really be that complex. But other than that, he is a really good figure. Really excited about this new Devastator that we have. And if you come across this figure, I would definitely highly recommend picking it up. But until then, this is me signing off, and I will see you in the next one.